So that leads into the next question I wanted to ask you around going over and beyond. And so I think that it's really important now that it's not just delivering on our promise as an organisation to our customer. It's what are the things that we can do to excel and go over and beyond so that the customer feels valued. And, once you've built that customer where they feel valued, they're a loyal customer, they become a friend of the business, and friends tell friends.
Yep.
And we know how important social proof is today in business. So what are some of the ways, and I'll always remember the Lexus CD story that you shared with my corporate team, over 10 years ago. What are some of the ways that companies can do that? And maybe you can talk about the Lexus CD
let me
story.
talk to the
Do you
benefit.
still share that?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it explained customer. A lady told me the story in the night. It explained. I've been trying to explain customer service for years. She did it in 30 seconds. Do you know? Ladies tell me she was test driving a Lexus. While test driving the car, the salesperson asked her a lot of questions, some relevant, some irrelevant. One of them was, what type of music do you like? She didn't give it any more thought till she took delivery of the car, and sitting on the front seat of the car were $200 worth of CDs in her favourite music. It was about 6 months after she brought the car to the workshop, and I asked her, I said, how many people you told about the CD? She said, about 100. I said, how many people you told about the car? She said, no one initially, but every person I told about the CDs wanted to know what car it was, and I told 100 people how happy I was with my Lexus and where I bought it. And the metaphor I bring out there is, what are the CDs with your Lexus? Everybody has a level of expectation, but that's the kind of stuff when you do exceed expectations and go over and above, and there's hundreds of examples of ways of doing it there. But not only is that good for getting the loyalty of that person, you get the word of mouth factor of people talking about the CDs, and then they ask them. So if I'm going to a dinner party with people, I can't tell everybody, I got a new car because I look like a wanker, right? But if I tell people the CD story, then they ask about the car, and then I can talk about the car, and I'm virtually doing an advert for the person who sold me the car to all those people there.
Yeah.
And when you're looking at extending customer service to the recognition and client loyalty area, not only do we need to exceed their expectations in the way we deal with them, we also need to exceed their expectations in the way we recognise them and thank them for our business. And if we want them to be not just an ongoing customer, but hopefully a referrer of our services to other people, that comes from the CDs, not the Lexus.
And not branded.
And not branded, yes, no.
And you see that so many times.
Yeah.
Here's a branded mug.
So
that you're top of mind when your mug's sitting on your desk or whatever it might be.
Interestingly enough, I've done a bit of work with the promotional products industry and whatever. In some respects, I'm not their friend, because what I'm saying is the brand name is important up to the point of sale. After the sale, people are loyal to people, not companies, which means the power of the CD Lexus story is that they came in her favourite music because he'd listened, and there was no string attached. It wasn't promoting Lexus. It was me saying thank you to you, not here is a way to advertise my brand. And I believe after the sale, the brand name being shoved down the throat actually stops people from giving referral business, when you actually want to make them feel, in some respects, obligated to tell people how wonderful you are. I reckon if they would have had, the CDs, Lexus brand all over the CDs, she's much less likely to tell the story because it's like, well, they've sort of paid for that by doing advertising for them.
Yes.
And a lot of this in business is nothing more than understanding human behaviour. It's not, rocket science and marketing strategy. It's understanding how humans make purchase decisions and modifying the things we do and the way we do them to fit in ways that are going to impress them rather than necessarily what would suit us. Because fundamentally, people are different. It's up to us to change and fit in with the customer and do whatever